John Wilden Hughes Jr., a director, writer, and producer who was born on February 18, 1950, in Lansing, Michigan. At the age of 13, he and his family moved to Chicago, Illinois, a city that would become the common setting for most of his films. After graduating high school in 1968, Hughes attended Arizona State University for 2.5 years before dropping out and landing a job at National Lampoon's magazine for his story titled Vacation 58, a comedy he wrote based on a disastrous family vacation he had as a child. Writing stories and screenplays based on his life experiences was a common thing for Hughes, a common thing that continues to give his audiences an exciting and nostalgic feel. In 1984, Hughes directed his first film, 16 Candles, a romantic comedy about a girl and her struggles on her 16th birthday that ends up happily with her and her Prince Charming. Teens and their struggles were main components that Hughes's films were comprised of. In 1985, he wrote and directed his second and probably most iconic teen film, The Breakfast Club, a comedy and drama that dealt with the problems of teenagers of all different kinds: brains, athletes, basket cases, princesses, and criminals. This film was admired by many teens because it gave them a voice. It also opened the eyes of many adults and helped them remember that teenagers have problems too. Hughes wrote and directed another iconic teen film in 1986, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, although this one dealing with teen struggles in a more fun way, showing their invincible nature, while the main character has the time of his life with his friends on his day of playing hooky in what other city than Chicago. In his second film of the year, in 1987, Hughes shifted away from the teen genre in his hilarious film Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, starring Steve Martin and John Candy, a film where nothing could go right for the two as they try to get home in time for Thanksgiving. Although funny, it shows the importance of kindness to friends, family, and even strangers, especially during the holidays. Skipping forward to 1989, Hughes wrote the sequel to his first major film with another nostalgic comedy hit, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, a lovable film that featured the familiar and exaggerated humor that we all can relate to in some way with our families around the holidays. Then, in 1990, Hughes continued with the Christmas theme in Home Alone that he wrote specifically for Macaulay Culkin to star in. This holiday comedy gives the main character the same type of invincible nature as Ferris Bueller, as he is on his own and outsmarts his elders, but at the same time it encompasses the nostalgic Christmas feel and the importance of family that we oftentimes take for granted. Although critics say Hughes kind of fizzled out in the mid to late 90s, there are many other family favorites that he also was involved in that many don't even realize. Although this overview doesn't do the king of the 80s justice, I hope it was able to open your eyes to the importance of John Hughes. The beloved family man who is no longer with us in flesh will continue to touch our lives with his satire and slapstick comedy, his stories of struggle, romance, love, nostalgia, and his happy endings.